For much of the summer transfer window, Manchester United fans were confident that Viktor Gyökeres would be the club's next marquee signing. Reports across England and Portugal suggested that United had already agreed personal terms with the Swedish striker, and that only the final stages of negotiation with Sporting CP remained. But in a stunning twist, Arsenal swooped in late to complete the deal, leaving United's transfer team embarrassed and supporters furious. Viktor Gyökeres had become one of Europe's hottest strikers after a phenomenal season with Sporting CP, where he scored over 40 goals across all competitions. His physical presence, intelligent movement, and eye for goal made him a natural target for top Premier League clubs. Erik Ten Hag saw him as the ideal partner or even successor to Rasmus Højlund, someone who could bring consistency and a ruthless edge to United's attack. Manchester United began working on the deal early, confident that their proactive approach would give them an advantage over rival clubs. Initial talks with Gyökeres' representatives were positive, and reports indicated that a 5-year contract with a lucrative salary had been verbally agreed. The striker was said to be enthusiastic about the idea of playing at Old Trafford and working under Ten Hag. The only stumbling block, it seemed, was Sporting CP's demand for the full release clause, an eye-watering €100 million. United, still operating within tight financial fair play limits and navigating uncertainty over ownership, were hesitant to commit to such a figure. They instead attempted to negotiate a structured deal, offering a lower initial payment with performance-related add-ons, but Sporting refused to budge. While United hesitated, Arsenal quietly entered the race. Mikel Arteta had long admired Gyökeres' pressing intensity and work rate, which fit perfectly into his tactical system. After missing out on Alexander Isak and Benjamin Sesko earlier in the window, the Gunners were determined not to lose another target. They began direct discussions with Sporting's board while United continued to delay. Arsenal's approach was decisive. Edu Gasper, the club's sporting director, made it clear that Arsenal were ready to trigger Gyökeres' release clause in full. Within 48 hours, Arsenal had reached an agreement with Sporting, something Manchester United had failed to achieve after weeks of negotiations. The speed and confidence of Arsenal's move left United's transfer team stunned. Behind the scenes, Gyökeres himself had been growing impatient. Despite his interest in joining United, the club's hesitation made him question their seriousness. When Arsenal's representatives arrived with a concrete offer and a clear vision, the Swedish striker was impressed. Arteta personally reached out to him, outlining how he would fit into Arsenal's attack and how the team's style would complement his strengths. Sources close to the player revealed that the direct involvement of Mikel Arteta was pivotal. The Arsenal manager promised Gyökeres a central role in the squad, Champions League football, and the chance to challenge for the Premier League title. This personal touch contrasted sharply with United's slower, more bureaucratic approach, which relied heavily on intermediaries. By the time Manchester United realized the seriousness of Arsenal's interest, it was too late. Gyökeres had already completed a medical in London and agreed to personal terms with the Gunners. Arsenal officially announced his signing with a slick media campaign, hailing the arrival of their new number 9. The news sent shockwaves through Manchester United's fan base. The fallout at Old Trafford was immediate. Supporters accused the club's hierarchy of incompetence and lack of ambition. Many pointed to this failed deal as yet another example of United's recurring transfer problems: slow negotiations, internal disagreements, and financial hesitation costing them top targets. Critics argued that under the Glazers' ownership, United had lost their competitive edge in the transfer market. For Arsenal, the signing of Gyökeres was a statement of intent. After narrowly missing out on the Premier League title, the club needed a reliable striker to convert chances. Gyökeres offered exactly that, a proven finisher, physically dominant, and tactically disciplined. Arteta saw him as the final piece needed to transform Arsenal from contenders into champions. Manchester United were left to regroup and search for alternatives. The club turned their attention to other strikers such as Bologna's Joshua Zirkzee and Brentford's Ivan Toney, but none matched Gyökeres' profile or potential. For many fans, it felt like a painful case of history repeating itself, United identifying the right player but failing to act decisively enough to close the deal. In the end, the Viktor Gyökeres transfer saga was a stark reminder of the growing gulf between Manchester United's ambitions and their execution. While Arsenal moved with precision, confidence, and vision, United once again fell victim to hesitation and internal disorganization. For Gyökeres, it was the beginning of an exciting new chapter at the Emirates. For United, it was another missed opportunity in a long line of transfer disappointments.